Hi everyone, today we're going to be making a butternut squash curry soup. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to bake our squash. So here I have about a 3-pound butternut squash, and as you can see, the inside is nice bright orange, and you're just going to scoop out the seeds and the flesh from the small cavity in the bottom. These are great squash because there's so much flesh on these. There's very little cavity for the seeds. I add about 1 cup of water to the pan, and then you'll put them in a preheated oven of about 400 degrees, and it takes about an hour for these to cook. As you can see, the flesh is very soft now, very dark orange, and those will be ready for our soup. For our soup, you're going to need 1 medium onion, 2 cloves of garlic, a small piece of ginger root, curry powder, garam masala, turmeric and urfa beaver, 1 can of light coconut milk, and 4 cups of broth. You'll also need 1 cup of clean and sorted red lentils. So the first thing we'll do is start our lentils cooking. So you'll put 1 cup of lentils in a small pot, and you'll need 2 cups of water. Once we have our lentils cooking on the stove, we're going to dice up our onion and finely mince our garlic. I usually like to keep my ginger in the freezer, and it makes it very easy to use this way. As you can see, I've already peeled off the outside, and I just use my microplaner. And you'll need about 1 to 2 teaspoons of the ginger. If you don't have a microplaner or you're buying fresh ginger, you can just mince it. So once you have your ginger prepared, you can add 1 tablespoon of oil into your pot. And once the oil is heated up, we're going to add our garlic and our onions. At this time, you can see that the lentils are coming up to a boil. We just need to keep an eye on those while we're making the soup. After about 5 to 10 minutes, your onions should be soft and translucent, and at that time, you're going to add all your spices. Now at this time, if you do not have an immersion blender, what I would recommend is turning your fire off of your stove and adding the onions and garlic mixture to your regular blender with the coconut milk and the squash, and blending it that way and adding it back into the pot. If you do have an immersion blender, the easiest thing to do is just add everything to the pot like I'm doing here. And once you have all your squash added, the coconut milk, you just want to heat everything through. And I usually do this just for about 5 minutes. And then add your broth. And as you can see, our lentils are almost done. They just have a little bit of water in them still, so those will be done in just a couple minutes. So once your broth and all of your soup ingredients are added, you can take that off of the stove top, and we're going to blend everything before we add our lentils. Now the great thing about this soup, of course, is you have this beautiful butternut squash in here that is full of vitamins and nutrients. It's bright orange, so you know you're getting high quality nutrients in it. And we're also going to add these red lentils, which are high in fiber as well as protein. And we have a lot of really nice warming spices in this soup, which are great for winter. So I'm using the immersion blender. I'm just going to do a few rounds of the blending. You can make it as thick or as thin as you like. You can see how nice and smooth that is now. And our lentils are done, so we'll just add all the lentils into the soup at this time. And then after the lentils are cooked is when you're going to want to add a little bit of sea salt. And I usually add about a teaspoon of sea salt at this time. As you can see, you have a beautiful, nutrient-dense soup for the winter.